I'm Matt Manaigre. I'm the CEO of Avenir IT. We're an IT firm in Winnipeg, and we support Winnipeg in the province of Manitoba. I was always an entrepreneur at heart. So as a kid, I had a business called Rent-A-Teen, and I would do odd jobs, walk the dogs, those types of things for money. This is before I was allowed or old enough to work a real job. And so I've always kind of had that kind of mindset. When I graduated school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. My best friend was in IT, so it was like, hey, let's do IT. So that's what I did. And then once I graduated, I did about 2 years of IT until I was able to find an opportunity to start something. And it's been great ever since. We started in 2008, but it probably wasn't until about 5 or 6 years ago that I really focused on growth and really running it as a business as opposed to as a tech. We would do bulk email, we would do the SEO, we would do Google ads, some social media, the standard kind of stuff. I want to say Aaron called, but was it you?
I think it might have been.
Okay, somebody called. Yeah, so a cold call.
And then were you interested right off the bat? Or?
No, absolutely not. It was a cold call. We get tons of cold calls, and it was like, here we go again. But I did take some time to look over the site. There was, I think, the way the communication went felt a little bit more friendly, less salesy. So I did spend some time to go and learn more about Arsenal for sure. Well, I tried to sign up once, and I was too late. And then I got a second try 6 months later. But why did I sign up? Honestly, I trusted you guys. On your website, you had a page, and it's not, a fancy page by any means, but it was a straight up, here's what to expect in the next 6 months. It wasn't these big promises, it was just an honest, straightforward, this is how it's going to work. I also really felt there was a culture match between Arsenal and how we like to run our business.
When did you get started?
14 months ago. All right, we just talked about it, but then I forgot. 14 months ago.
14 months.
14 months, the best 14 months of my life. Because I had kind of went online and read about it, Aaron was always transparent about it. I didn't have major expectations for the first month or so. I understood there was an opportunity for Gabe to learn who we were, understand our market, and then kind of start making phone calls and those types of things. Yeah, we got appointment the first week, I think. Yeah, it was great. I think a great culture develops a great team, and I think a great team really shows you, how the management is running. You get to see that culture online, right? There's lots of videos of the team and everything else. Having the opportunity to walk through the office yesterday, during a regular business day, you feel that culture. You can fake this stuff online, and sometimes you can tell the companies are trying to fake this thing. This is the real deal. I mean, the culture here is good, is strong, and that's a good representation of management for sure. I consider him part of my team. I mean, he's got an Avenir IT email address, and he's got a 204 and our area code phone number. So when you say sales rep, I don't really think of Gabe. I think of him more as a coworker. But no, I don't need to speak to people outside of Gabe. Although I do like to poke Aaron every once in a while and poke his brain. He's brilliant when it comes to sales and stuff post the call, right? And so yeah, I think you can't put a price tag on it. I mean, you guys are doing a great job through and through, right? We again, part of the reason that I really liked Arsenal and the reason I signed up with you guys is that a lot of the way that we do things with us, with our clients, matches or is totally in line with how Arsenal does it with us. We don't have onboarding fees. We don't have contracts. We're month to month, those types of things. And Arsenal is doing the exact same thing. So that tells me that Arsenal is sharing our values, but also believes and trusts in their own services, that they don't have to implement these long-term contracts. They don't have to lock you in and make you feel bad for these onboarding fees and everything else. And so yeah, I mean, there's definitely a great value to it. What that value is, I don't know, but I'm a customer for life, and I'm a customer for life because you guys have this structure and these types of things in place. My expectations were to not expect much for the first month or so. We had discussions, we had chats and everything else, but what you guys were doing in the background or, in the back end, I honestly, I didn't pay too much attention to it. I'm not reviewing calls and I'm not doing those types of things just because I don't like to hear them. And I just trust that as long as the results are in, things are good, things are running, things are working. I know that you guys are using an amazing CRM platform. Um, I hope you can sense the sarcasm there. And that you guys are making a lot of phone calls, a lot of touches. You guys aren't giving up. I think that beyond the process, again, is really just the communication skill set. The fact that, again, Gabe represents who we are when he talks to these prospects, and it's working. So I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what's going on in the background and how he's making it happen, but he's making it happen, and it's working. Yeah. So what I think's been really, really neat with Arsenal is the flexibility to have Gabe do things the way that will work well with us. So for an example, we use a different CRM than you guys do and those types of things. And I don't like to do double entry. I don't like to, doing all this kind of stuff. So what's been nice is we've built a form for Gabe when he closes a deal that he enters in all that information that automatically adds the contact and the account in our CRM. It adds the event, it ties everything together, it creates the deal. Which automatically our marketing manager will create a welcome package and send that off to our client, all from that one form that he's filled out. So we've been able to create some automation there, and Arsenal's been willing to work with us to make it happen. I think there's got to be some flexibility from us IT companies to be willing to change that sales process. Cold calls, these inbound leads are very different to how we would treat. These are outbound leads, right? Yeah, are very different to how we would manage inbound leads. So they're maybe not ready to move yet, and so we need to change our mindset a little bit, change our communication, change what our target or our expectations are to close that deal. They tend to be a bit more long term, because they're into contracts, and so we just got to stay in touch with them for sometimes a year, sometimes whatever it is.
So many think cold calling is dead. What do you think?
It's not dead, it sucks, right? It totally sucks. Nobody wants to do it and nobody wants to receive them. It's the only thing that was missing as part of our marketing plan because I didn't want to do it. Yeah, but it's totally not dead. I think you just got to know how to do it right and properly. Yeah.
So what do we do well?
Cold calls. What do you do well? Yeah, I mean, cold calls, communication, understanding our market, understanding our clients, understanding who we are as a business.
And then what can we do better?
You can change CRMs for one. Aaron knows that already. What can you do better? Honestly, just for the sake of bringing something up, I think that Arsenal is in a great position to teach their partners more as far as what to do after you get us that lead, what we should do to be able to close that lead better, faster, easier.
I've scheduled 77 appointments for you, and I think the breakdown is about 5.5 a month.
About 5.5 per month.
And then does it fluctuate?
Yeah, for sure. A lot more or a lot less than I think. I don't get worried for the ups or downs of the leads coming from Arsenal. I think I worry more if our own marketing leads are down, for sure. When I tried to sign up with Arsenal the first time, but was unsuccessful, I went looking for others. They all kind of gave me a gross, icky feeling. Boy, that's not true. I did work with one a long time ago, generated nothing. And when I listened to the phone calls, it was very no emotions, very reading the scripts, line by line. There was nothing there. Our goals, I think, have always been the same. We want to be the most loved IT company in Canada. We want to be the best place to work, and we want to be feared by competitors. Yeah, no, I really think that we have achieved some of those goals. We've experienced or doubled our business, year over year for the last few years. And in the last year, for sure, Arsenal's been great at not just finding us those leads, but kind of really helping us meet local businesses and kind of start relationships with them.
And then, is our service worth the money you spend?
Is this going to Aaron?
Yeah.
Yes,
Eventually.
yes, it's worth every single penny.
Not directly to Aaron.
Yeah.
but-
Okay. No, for sure, 100%. It's worth. Yeah. We said 14,000 a month has come directly through Arsenal. So Gabe has been working with us for 14 months. I know technically he's an employee of Arsenal, but as far as I'm concerned, and as far as how I feel that this work relationship is going, to me, he's an employee of Avenir IT. He's part of the team. I'm still waiting for him to fly in for the Christmas parties, but
Never really played
yeah,
until we got
absolutely. The way that I see it is basically Gabe's taking the time to learn who we are as a company. What is a good client, a good lead, where we are, geographically what we're looking for. And he's able to start building relationships with prospective clients, and then once they're ready to kind of move on to the next phase, to do the introduction and to kind of hand it over. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I see the process. And then just I think a really important part too is just the constant communication. Between the two of us during those meetings to kind of recap and go over how things are going. I think that's yeah. I would say that the majority of the appointments are good. Every once in a while, very rarely we'll have a no-show. And if ever that does happen, Gabe will reach out to me on Teams almost at every meeting and say, hey, how was the meeting with? How was, whatever. And if we do have a no-show, he's on it. He'll reach out and he'll figure it out. Sometimes it's a miscommunication. Sometimes they're busy, but usually we'll still end up with that meeting. That's a very small minority of those appointments. Otherwise, I feel like most of them are really good, and maybe they're not ready to move yet, but there's obviously some form of interest because they're taking the call and they want to talk to us. And what's interesting is some of these meetings, they'll start off with, we get 4 or 5 calls from different MSPs every month. But it's still interesting that after a conversation with Gabe, they're ready to talk to us. And so, yeah.
I think a big part of the Winnipeg market, and it's something I really like about it, is that when we first did our onboarding, you let me know to do a no pressure approach, which is something I apply to all my clients now. But when I'm on the phone with them and I do the no pressure approach, 9 out of 10 times I get told no. But about half of those times, I can still have a good conversation with the person and learn, okay, well, it's a not now, but when, or hey, feel free to give me a call in the future. You never know. And I do feel like I build relationships. Every month I call the same real estate organization, and I talk to their operations director. And we're at a point now where I call and we laugh about it. We say, oh, it's that time of the month. Gabe is calling me. We're going to see if we're going to compare IT yet, because every month she's so busy. But I feel like if I were to twist her arm, it would ruin the relationship. But one day I am going to pick up the phone. I am going to call her, and she will say something like, oh my gosh, we had a huge issue and our IT guys couldn't help. It's a priority now. And she's going to remember how cool I was, that I was never pressuring her. I was never twisting her arm. And hopefully that will turn into a good meeting, which will turn into a closed deal. And I have a few folks like that, but she sticks out specifically because she just knows it's coming. Every month I'll call, I'll check in, and one day she'll say yes.
We've established that Gabe is definitely more of a team member than just like a vendor for us.
Right.
So do you think you could hire someone like in-house with similar abilities as Gabe?
It's funny you say that, because I told Aaron that I want to build a sales team. Never with the intentions of replacing Gabe, but just to kind of help us build that using, some of the tactics and the training and the learning that's going on at Arsenal, because it's obviously working. I know that there's another IT company that signed up with you guys where, their sales team was stagnant for years. And I told them for months, hey, sign up with Arsenal, sign up with Arsenal. They have, and they're listening to the phone calls and they're taking what they're learning that Arsenal's doing, applying it to their team internally, and it's working. So I'm not sure if I'm throwing him under a bus for like trade secrets or something, but for sure, I mean, I want to build a sales team, and I want to imitate what Arsenal's doing, but in house. I mean, unless Gabe wants to move to Winnipeg, that is an option. Yeah, I think revenue share is the way to go. I mean, why wouldn't I want to reward Gabe for working his butt off to? Sorry, that's not my first choice of word, huh? Why wouldn't I want to reward Gabe to to be successful in helping us find leads? Yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about the struggles to get you that money from Canada. Frick, that was a pain, but we figured it out.
It's something.
The
Oh
next
gosh,
one is,
yeah.
do you like sending commission checks to Gabe?
No, no. We've tried sending checks to Gabe, and you never got them.
Never got
Still
them.
never got them.
I bet with COVID and like things like that, I bet they're sitting in some office on the border between Canada and America.
Yeah.
And maybe when in like 2024, new president will all of a sudden like it'll appear.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, we've tried sending him checks. We've tried doing it through PayPal. We've tried this other system, and through PayPal, that was a pain. So we now wire transfer directly through our bank. So we have to get our bank manager involved to do all the paperwork and then to sign off on and everything else. So we figured it out. But to answer your question, do I like to send him a wire transfer? Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, of course. I mean, considering it's a small percentage of what the actual sale is, I think yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I feel like Gabe's always going above and beyond. Honestly, I haven't heard Gabe complain about anything, or I don't ever feel like he's doing the bare minimum for anything. A specific example, I don't know. I feel like Gabe's a yes man most of the time, right? I don't know that you've ever said no to anything. I don't like making phone calls. So I mean, if there's been times where maybe a prospect's gone quiet, or or there's something specific. I just hey, I really want to target these people here. Can you just take these and add them to your list? It's like yeah, sure, no problem. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's usually I feel like if we're on Teams and you let me know someone's gone quiet, it's almost magical. I will call them, and within the first 2 calls, I'm like, yeah, Matt, I put it on your calendar for next week. You guys are talking again.
The future relationship, I hope it doesn't change. I hope Gabe's a lifer at Arsenal, and that we're a lifer with Arsenal as well. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I learned to trust the process. I really do, because Matt's way of doing business is different than my other clients. It's Aaron has his way of doing business too. I get to learn all these ways, and Matt will get on a meeting and tell me if something's a good fit, not a good fit, whatever it is, and I trust him. I do, and if there's this is going to be a slow burn. I think there was one meeting you went on, it was like a 15-minute meeting, and I was like, oh, and you said, yeah, but it was really good. It's just not a good time now. We're checking back in June. And I said, awesome, like, let me know if I can help in any way. But that's probably the biggest thing I learned is everyone does things differently, and I think Matt does his well.
I mean, do it. I mean, you've got nothing to lose. I totally don't know where to look. All right. Yeah. No, I mean seriously, just do it. I think Arsenal's built a platform that really removes all the risks and everything else involved with this type of a relationship. It's been great for us. It's been great for a lot of partners that we've sent your way. But I think after you sign up, though, it's important that we as an IT company be ready to change our sales process to kind of match, because these types of leads are different than what leads we normally typically get. Yeah.
And then, do you recommend Arsenal to other businesses?
Yeah, I have already, and they've signed up and they love it. Yeah, they're very happy.
I don't think I made a ball in.
And then, last one's the open-ended. Is anything else you'd like to say / mention?
I really appreciate that Gabe's letting me win this game. No, I don't know. I don't know that there is. I think I feel like we've covered everything. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal's got a great team, a great culture, a great everything, and it's been a perfect match.
How many times have you been asked on an appointment if I was American?
Quite a few, yeah. And that's okay. Sometimes they think that you're a new Canadian, just moved from the U.S. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had someone ask me. She says, "I detect an accent. Are you local?" And I said, "We're local."
Right.
And she said, "Bless your heart for being an American in Manitoba."
No, I don't. No, we would greet you with open arms. Yeah. We're a good community for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I had another guy. He's Greek, and he said, "You're like me, not from here."